So typically you guys notice we're in studio or we've been in the basement at Wedgewood, but today we're doing something a little special. We are on the golf course filming the Public Course Golf Podcast. Here, hold on. Peach is going to hit. We're going to watch him swing.
Put me on camera first?
Yeah, baby.
All right. I was born for this. I might be in the sand, but it was pretty straight. Where are you at?
What's up, buddy? Good, how are you? Good. Right up here.
It's a pretty good drive.
Yeah.
Nice little... There's Mikey. Actually, Mike Polis on the course.
Yeah, we're...
Mikey in the studio, Mike on the course.
Which typically you'd think it'd be the other way around, right?
Yeah, it would be. More professional outside of your...
Outside of in studio.
Yes. Beautiful Wedgewood.
Playing a public golf course. It's just off to the left.
Let's go see if we can find it. Don't see it over there.
All right, so we're looking for Peach's ball.
I smoked it.
There it is, down there, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you roll down there. Oh, yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
Right
oh,
on.
yeah, right off the side.
About pin high.
Yep. And I'm right here. So up and down for pars that we got to do.
Yep.
Yeah,
so we're shooting things quite different today, as you guys can tell. We figured it'd be fun. It's a beautiful day here in Minnesota. I ended up pin high on the other side of the green. Ooh, it checked up nice. Good shot, PJ.
Thank you.
It's a great shot. PJ is up on the green.
Putt
So,
for par.
so we figure what we do is we're going to do our slang terms from the golf course today. What a better spot to film the Public Course Golf Podcast doing the golf slang terms than
On the public course.
it's
Wedgewood
perfect.
Cove.
Wedgewood Cove, which is today's video sponsor. They've been a great sponsor of the channel for us. So I'm going to putt as well. They've been a great channel sponsor, as you guys know. And so you guys can kind of get a first-person view if you haven't played it yet. This gives you the opportunity to see it be played. And then also, we'll do our slang terms, and we're going to head back to the studio. And we're going to do a little talking about we got Minnesota sports talk. We got Ricky Fowler talk. We got golf talk. So we're going to finish up this hole, and we'll get back with you guys in 1 second.
What's up, everybody? This is Peach, Paul on the golf course. We're more professional on the golf course, right, Mike?
Isn't that funny how that works?
It's so funny how that works, yeah. Although it is public course golf, so we probably can go by anything else. I've responded to a lot of different names. Have you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm going to be, we'll stay with Mike today.
Yeah, I will too.
You're going to be Mike today, too?
Yeah, I'll be Mike today too. Then I'm much more tall and I'm much better looking. So, hope you all had a good 4th of July. It's great to be out on the course. It's like 73 degrees. It feels like fall out in Minnesota.
Which is wild because over the 4th, it was like a couple days it pushed 90, high 80s. The day we went boating, we went out on the boat for...
That was Friday, what? Last Friday?
Yeah, last Friday. So it was a good 5-day kind of celebration. Yeah, we went, we swam for 5-6 hours.
Yeah, it was
beautiful.
awesome. Yeah,
and
the lake was awesome.
It's shockingly cool today.
So we finally get on the course. We're gonna enjoy this time. We got, what hole are we on now? Shotgun corner.
Shotgun corner. So we are on 10, 11, 12. This will be 13.
13 here. It's been going pretty quick. The first 9 was pretty quick. Second 9 here is
met up with
a little
AJ
slower.
and Seth one day. Or one day.
One day.
We met up with AJ and Seth on the front for a little bit.
Yep. So it's great to be playing golf. Nice to have this kind of weather in July. Like I said, it feels like fall, but it's not because we're not to be back at school yet. But football season's upon us, so that's kind of exciting.
Right?
Yeah. We'll talk more about all that sports talk the next segment, but we are glad to bring you some footage from Wedgewood.
Our favorite golf course, a long-time channel.
Wedgewood Cove right there.
Right there,
WC,
baby.
that's right.
Shout out Donnie and the whole gang out here at Wedgewood. They obviously do an amazing job. They've been, so we're in episode 16, Sweet
That's
16.
right, Sweet 16, yeah.
So
you're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine.
So of 16, Wedgewood's been a sponsor from the very beginning, which has been awesome. We appreciate them so much and are excited for future golf seasons to work with them. But it's just an amazing day out here. Things are a little bit different. I hope you guys don't mind that. But yeah, we're going to do our slang terms. We're going to, again, when we go back to studio, do some sports talk. This is Shotgun Corner. So we're going to use today's 19th hole not sponsor.
Little preemptive 19th hole on the 13th hole.
We figure we might as well.
Couple 13, 14.
Couple 13, 14 White Claws.
Yep.
So we're going to do a little...
Hopefully not, my goodness. But yeah, this is the, we're going to use the White Claw vodka soda here on the 13th hole. And Mike and I like to tee off.
During video, I don't think you can...
During video, we can't change it. But if you look behind us, this is a big...
Although we're very limited on golf balls.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that.
So we won't do that, but we'll just go shotgun. See, we both end up doing shotgun anyways.
Yeah.
Typically, we set it up, a couple of crappy golf balls, and we see who can do like a Happy Gilmore shot.
Out into the farm field over here.
Yep. And then the loser had, the first time, the loser did a shotgun. But then after that, we both just would do one.
Yeah,
so
we just, we feel sorry for the other person.
Take
mostly
one for
the
team.
loser. So.
Take one for the team.
But I can go on by Mike today, so maybe I'm not the loser.
Right? Yeah. Well, couple of mics out here, Mike squared.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're gonna crack out the White Claw vodka sodas, and then we are gonna tee off again. These guys still, they're up on the green.
Yeah,
now,
we probably can do it.
All right, so we're gonna shotgun.
All right, out.
All right, we're gonna jump right into slang terms this week, and number one just happened to both of us. That's the fun part about doing this on the course. There's the green, there's Peach, there's me. Peach. Number one this week is lay off the Wheaties. PJ, tell the people about lay off the Wheaties.
Lay off the Wheaties is about hitting it too far. I mean, not airmail, but where you just hit your club. You pick the wrong club, basically. Wrong club, wrong distance, and you really just hit it. And you need to just kind of keep it easy. I mean, your muscles are getting big here.
Gotta lay off them Wheaties, baby.
Lay off but we're still in play barely.
Barely?
Yeah.
Still in play, so it's going to be...
this happens on a par 3 most often, lay off the Wheaties.
Yeah, big time.
A longer par 3.
So we need to make sure... Yeah, this par 3 was 176?
Yeah.
176, so a decent length par 3. So it'll be a big up and down if we can save this. So here we go. Let's see what happens. We'll update you. Guys, quick update. So both of us truly laid off the Wheaties. And we muffed him. I'm on the green. He's up kind of in the stuff over there. But we laid off the Wheaties. So number 2 this week is eat your Wheaties. And you know what it is? It's when you had the right club, you just hit it, you hit it soft, you hit it short. Eat your Wheaties. Eat your Wheaties. 2 this week. Number 3 this week, we jumped to the golf cart. We finished up. I bogeyed, PJ dubbed. But what we're doing right now, we just took the cart, we just took a tight corner. Felt like a NASCAR driver. Felt like Dale Earnhardt Jr. And all right, number 3 this week is Dale Earnhardt Jr. PJ, tell the people about a Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Every kid wants to be a race car driver. You know what? On the golf course, that comes to fruition. Now it's time to get locked and loaded. Go around the corner as fast as you can. And you're a NASCAR driver, baby. Dale Earnhardt Jr., there's the cart. Yeah!
Number 4 this week just actually happened. It happened to me, actually. And what happens is...
It happened to me, by the way. It happened to him.
It happened to me.
Not me, though.
Not Peach. It has... I would say on the front nine, Joe, your drive...
Well, yeah.
We
there
both
was one
had,
of them.
Yeah, there was there.
Yep.
So it just happened right now.
You know, you got to keep dreaming.
Right?
Yep.
So when you line up to hit your drive, you line up to hit your tee shot, you picture in your head what's going to happen, right? You envision what your shot's going to do. Most times that doesn't happen.
On the tee. It's got to be off the tee.
Yes.
Can't be no irons, your driver.
Yep, your driver.
Yep.
So then you vision it in your head and you actually do it. That's number 4 this week, which is pipe dream. PJ, tell the people about a pipe dream.
I will expand on the pipe dream. Pipe dream is when you finally line her up and you get the full distance out of your club. It goes where you want it to go. You can't feel bad about it. It's almost as if you're dreaming, but you know, you wake up, it's reality.
Right there, baby. All right, let's see PJ hit it.
Boom, shakalaka.
Pipe dream right there. Well, I actually wouldn't be because he's not on the tee.
All right, here's slang term number 5. Usually Mikey introduces this, but it's me this time, your buddy Peach. Paul on the course. Number 5 is hope for the best. Mike can't see the hole.
I can't see the flag. I can't see the green. I know I'm about 110, 100 out. You kind of, I don't even know. We'll see.
Just gonna hope for the best. See what happens. And you never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, we'll see where it ends up. Right, Mike?
You know what I did? I hope for the best, baby. All right, let's see how we hope for the best here. Oh!
Oh, you gotta get that on the thing.
All right, I'm gonna walk you guys up. All right, so I could not see the green one bit. I hope for the best, and about best case scenario happened. So we're gonna show you guys as we get closer here.
20 feet away.
So we're gonna grab the putter because luckily I went on the green. So I hope for the best, right? I couldn't see the flag. There's the green, or there's the hole. There's my ball. Number 5 worked out in my favor. Hope for the best. All right, guys. So you saw where I ended up. Peach is my golf coach that hole.
Best golf coach you ever had, right here.
What were the words you just gave me?
I said bird is the word.
That's
I actually said Boyd is the word. Have you heard about the Boyd?
Don't you know about the Boyd?
Boyd, Boyd, Boyd. Boyd is a word. Boyd, Boyd, Boyd. Boyd is a word.
Don't you know about the Boyd?
Everybody knows that the Boyd is a word.
Boyd, Boyd,
Boyd. Boyd is a word. Word kid a bird. He hit a bird. Yes!
Long story short, PJ told me to make it, and I made it.
Bonus slang term number 6.
6 this week is a Boyd is the word. All right, so we have a bonus slang term.
It's too good not to share.
So we're on 18 at Wedgewood. There's sand traps along the way. PJ has stopped 6 inches short of all 3 sand traps on his way to the green. So it's like he's just trying to smell his way to the beach. He's trying to sniff his way to the ocean, to the sand. So PJ, tell the people about the bonus slang term called sniffing the beach.
Well, just like how you put the seashell up to your ear and you can hear the ocean, I'm sniffing the beach. I've hit every single shot close to the sand trap, almost like Army golf without the trees and without the, well, not rock, skipping rocks like our last slang term last week. Yeah. So I'm actually going between sand trap to sand trap, and I'm just sniffing the beach. So I've been beach sniffing myself all the way to hopefully a par. We'll see what happens, but it's working for me.
2 hours later.
All right, so as you guys know, we like to do cover some of the current events in the sports world, Minnesota sports, obviously golf. We got kind of some bigger topics in each one. So now we're gonna jump right in. So we're gonna lead off with, I think, the biggest topic in golf from this past weekend, this past tournament, is Ricky Fowler.
Yes. One of my favorite golfers. I think we kind of grew up with him in some ways. He's 34 years old, so close to our age.
And he's been golfing forever, so for us to... Yeah, I mean, that was the thing, like the long swooped hair, the Puma hat, the orange, the bright.
He kind of changed the way people dressed. It was cool. He wasn't afraid to do it.
No.
And so he's been kind of in a drought. You know, you kind of look for him, but then it's like, okay, where's Ricky Fowler? Where's Ricky Fowler? And you have to kind of scroll down and like refresh your screen. Oh, there he is. But he's been playing his best golf. Experts even have said he's playing his best golf he's ever played. And finally, he gets off the schneid this weekend.
Was it 1,300 and some days, so over 4 years since his last victory. Won it in a playoff. He had to hit the ultimate knee knocker putt to send it to a playoff. So he needed to birdie 18. That second shot he had to stick it to 2 or 3 feet, whatever it was.
Yeah, that was crazy because then it actually was that approach shot to get him that close. Probably is the only way you make that birdie putt in that situation.
If
you know how many times we're on the course and you're like, at least for me, if I get in greens in regulation, typically I'm still like 30 feet away from the hole, and then I put it close, and then I feel like, oh yeah, I can make that par.
You got a knee knocker for a par putt.
Yeah, exactly. But and now we're not professionals, but he was able to do that to force a playoff. He looked like he had been leading for a lot of the tournament. It looked like it'd be one of those things. Which tournament was it?
Just a couple weeks ago. Was it the not the Players Championship. It was one of the big ones just recently.
Yeah, where he was leading and then lost it.
Pretty much led for three of the rounds. And good for him. I mean, he just seems like such a genuine dude. The still shot reaction. I'm gonna put the picture on the screen right now of him just standing there with his putter, and then I think in the picture also, you see end of the video, you see his caddy just going nuts, and him just kind of standing there for like,
and he kind of looks
10,
like
12 seconds of just relief.
Yeah, it looked like it was relief that everybody could feel. You know, it wasn't just like. And he didn't even go like this. It was just like, I finally won, And everybody else was going crazy. It was like, it was a perfect reaction for him. And we were watching a little interview on Sports Illustrated, and it was just interesting for him to say that he didn't really even look up at the putt until it was already halfway there.
Yeah.
And then he saw it halfway there, and then it just bit at the last little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for him. I mean, he just seems like the nicest dude. There's a handful of those guys on tour, him being one of them. And to see the sports world react to his victory, you see all the tweets from either the fellow golfers that didn't make the cut, maybe didn't play. You had Spieth, JT, they all were commenting on it. It was really cool to see.
Well, somebody shouted out to Ricky. It was a rapper.
Oh, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil Wayne.
He's gonna wear orange.
Yeah.
Orange is his color now for Sunday.
Yeah, so Lil Weezy. So, and then the Travelers. What did he finish in Travelers? He tied for 13th in the Travelers. U.S. Open tied for 5th.
And I think that was the one he led for a shocking amount of time.
Well, look at this. Look at this year. I mean, if you look at it. So Rocket won it. Travelers 13th. U.S. Open 5th. Memorial Tournament tied for 9th. Charles Schwab tied for 6th. So he's truly in the top.
He's playing really good golf this year.
He really could be someone to watch continuing. I mean, more tournaments this year because he's continually in the top 10 or ish, right around there.
That's good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
It's awesome to see. So we're gonna make a transition from golf. Last week we talked a little bit about some of the NBA, the draft stuff, and some of the.
Oh wait, I want to talk about something here.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off, but to go back on golf. I haven't ever played this. I played in a couples tournament this past weekend, and this was the same day that Fowler won the tournament this weekend. So we were kind of watching from the clubhouse, but I played in this couples tournament in Elmore at the Min Iowa golf course, and the first 9 you played alternate shots with your spouse, and you had to. So, the first hole you both teed off. You used one of the tee shots, but then truly alternate shots after that.
Ooh.
And then if you got close enough for a putt, and it was going to be like a gimme, which I thought it was so funny. I thought about our podcast. What's considered a gimme at small town golf course America
in a couples tournament?
Yeah, it's like let's pick it up. I'm like, no, I'm finishing out the hole. But what they do is on the gimme, whoever would hit, that's their shot still.
Oh, okay.
So then the next person has to tee off. So that first 9, I think I teed off twice. Kristen, my wife, teed off 7 of the 9 holes because it just worked out that way.
Yeah.
And then the second 9 was best shot between you and your couple, or your spouse, or your girlfriend or boyfriend, whoever was there.
Yeah.
But I had never played. It was really interesting to not tee off on a hole.
That'd be weird.
And because your second shot was from places that you never thought you'd hit your next shot from.
Yeah.
No offense, my wife did a great job.
Yeah.
But she just doesn't hit it as far, and sometimes it was like right or left. The Army golf.
Yeah.
Right, left, right. But hitting out of those situations, we had times where the sliver of hope was more like you can't see the forest through the trees or whatever it is, or whatever you can't, so. But I just think that's a fun way to get out there because everybody was kind of hacking a little bit. But I just wanted to throw that. I never played. Have you played a golf tournament?
I'm not like that. I've never even. I don't think I've done outside of when we played in New Prague, just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever played in even just like a 2-person tournament.
Yeah, the alternate shot thing is pretty cool. You got 1 mulligan per 9 to use.
That'd be kind of fun to do an alternate shot, even like you and I go like when we play around at Wedgewood, play like back instead of doing a best ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes how we do.
Yeah.
Do an alternate shot.
Yeah. See what happens if it probably. We didn't play. We ended up shooting a 103.
There you go.
Which,
there you go.
But on the best shot side, I think it was a 43. So
okay.
It was, but we had fun. But it's fun to. I think there's probably tons of, if we were to Google it, I'm sure there's tons of tournament ways to play.
Oh yeah,
It's just
another.
it's fun when you do it for that reason too, I think, because not everybody plays golf in these couples tournaments. Maybe it's the girl that always plays and the guy's coming along. Maybe it's the guy that always plays and the girl's coming along.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it makes it feel like it's more, because maybe, you know, it makes it feel a little less nerve-wracking to be not so good at golf. I
Yeah.
felt like my wife felt more like it's okay if I make a bad shot, because everything kind of evens out in some ways. Because depending on the hole, someone's got to tee off there that they don't. A big par 5, somebody tees off, they don't. And let's say I tee off, I get it much farther than the other couple. They only go like 45 yards or whatever because it was a shank.
Yeah.
It takes them 2 shots to get where I am, so things start to equal out a little bit.
So did you play against the other 2 you went with? Because you went with 2 other people, right?
It was the entire tournament. So there was 50 couples or something like that.
Oh wow!
There was a lot of couples, and then they flighted it, so it was really cool. They took like the top 10, and the top 3 won money, and then the next top 10, the top 3 won money.
That's cool.
And so,
instead of,
in fact,
otherwise,
actually, we needed to shoot 1 shot worse to win the next flight. So I was like, why did I make that putt? If I'd have known, I don't know how much money I would have won. Maybe I just would have won a couple dollars. I don't know, but I don't know what was in each envelope, but there was money involved. But we were laughing because we needed to shoot 1 worse to win. What
a weird scenario there.
So anyways, it's just another fun way we were talking about back, harking back to the time in our podcast, we're talking about different, ways to play with that Barbie doll and the,
the fish,
the Barbie doll and the woodchuck. And when you're hitting the woods, you have to hold the woodchuck. There's all kinds of, we know about match or best ball. We already played. We've talked about
scramble and that stuff.
So
that would be cool to kind of compile a list of all of those different ways.
Yeah,
and then one thing I really want to try to do here in the next, obviously not this year, probably not even next year, maybe towards the end of next year. Hopefully the traction really picks up, but it would be really fun to host a public course golf tournament, a scramble tournament.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
Like whether it's at Wedgewood, whatever, but host a 18-hole scramble tournament sponsored by us.
Yeah.
You film live on location. Like the whole shebang.
We could even have, instead of having closest to the pin or whatever, it could be like, slang term of the course or something, or like the sliver of hope, best sliver of hope shot, or like, the one that the best skipping
who can
rocks.
hit the egret.
Yeah, who can hit the egret? Yeah. No, pin the tail on the egret, but you have to swing a golf club at it.
Put the egret out in the middle and just like closest to the egret. Ooh, we're gonna work on that
stuff.
It will happen at some point in time. Mark my words, it will happen. We'll have a public course golf tournament.
But yeah, to transition from the golf, we should say, if you guys have any ideas about different ways to play around and to kind of change it up, play some games, different things like that. If it turns into some sort of golf story you want to let us know about, please feel free to comment or send an email. It'll be in the description box. But we will move on from golf now and talk. We've got a lot of Minnesota sports and free agency. A lot of change happens during this time for teams.
Yeah, you get big players leaving. There's been some big trades in the NBA. Mm-hmm. We'll kind of stay there for a second. But one thing I don't quite understand is the power, I guess essentially you could say, that some of these athletes hold. So you get one close rumor that has floated around for the Timberwolves has been some cat for Damian Lillard, some cat in the number 3 overall pick, those types of things. But out of Portland, I think it came yesterday, or maybe even the day before, was Damian Lillard demanded a trade, but only to the Miami Heat. His agent specifically told the 6 other active teams that have called about trading for him, the Wolves being one of them, do not trade for my client, because if you do, he is going to show up unhappy, and he is going to be unhappy in your team unless he goes to Miami.
Gosh. I don't know. It's turning into that, though. Think about it. I bet if you were to just chart the history of the player control or player feeling entitled to make trade requests or the rights that have changed over time were for players to even say this. You know, it's turning into now where these players can basically play when I want to play, pay me what I want to get paid, and otherwise I'm not doing anything. Otherwise I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
And then they ultimately they do have the power.
Yeah. And which is crazy. I mean, it's the same type of thing. We've talked about this before, but I feel like the same type of thing is starting to happen even more so in college with the transfer portal and the NIL money. You know, you look at Jamison Battle. We have talked about him numerous times and stuff on the podcast, but he got $150,000.
Former Gopher, right?
Yeah,
Jamison
former
Battle,
Gopher, yeah. Jamison Battle. He's from Minnesota. He's from Minneapolis. Played at De La Salle High School. He didn't come here originally. Went to, was it Marquette? And then came back, played here.
Was one of our better players, really.
Yeah, I mean, he was great. And then he was
on a bad team, but still a good player. 6'9".
Yeah.
Shoot the three a little bit. Yeah.
Was going to leave and said he's going to go to the draft. Going to try out the NBA draft. If you don't sign an agent in college anymore, this has been the last few years now.
Yep.
If you don't hire an agent, you can essentially test the waters, hear from NBA scouts. They say, you know what, Mike, you're not ready. We think you need a little bit more time. You can go back and play. If I say, you know what, I'm going to go for the draft. I'm going for my dream. I signed Paul as my agent. I am now essentially disqualified and ineligible from playing college sports again.
You've stepped up. You've stepped out. You've opted out of college sports, basically. You've confirmed that by getting the agent.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
And if it doesn't work out, you don't get drafted. You can either, try to go through, tryouts and through the G League and all that. You could go to Europe. But he did not hire an agent, but he ended up signing with Ohio State.
I think, that sounds right.
Yeah. He ended up signing with Ohio State. He got $150,000 in NIL money, and that was why he left. $150,000. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, $150,000 is a lot of money. But
you
really?
wonder, he's at Ohio State Buckeyes. He's 22 years old. George Washington's where he played first. Then he came to Minnesota.
He didn't go to Marquette first, I think.
Well, De La Salle, George Washington, Minnesota, Ohio State.
Wait, I thought he was like the Gophers were his third team.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Dawson Garcia.
Dawson Garcia, another. Well, like to tie that into what Damian Lillard is saying too. You give the players say I'm not going to play unless I get this, and really, then how do you make them play? You make them play, but when you're somebody like I don't know, like where's the accountability to say no? You have to play.
Right. Well, I
mean, you're still. I guess if you're being paid to play and you choose not to, there's penalties against that.
Yeah, then you don't get paid.
You don't get paid, I guess. But then some of these guys make so much money that they can wait until they go where they want to. And then some NBA teams and professional teams are like, it's not worth us to penalize this guy because really, how much is it really hurting him to not get paid?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our team is missing out on having an all-star player with us. So at some point, we need to cut our losses and say, who can we get for him to help our team continue to be good?
Yeah.
And what are our fans going to keep paying for tickets if we have a player that's sitting out because he doesn't want to play for our team?
And
it's just a big roller coaster that snowballs.
That's a nasty look. Just think of like a younger kid who's maybe a big Timberwolves guy, big Timberwolves fan, or a girl, big Timberwolves fan, we'll say, but they also really like Damian Lillard. So the fact that Damian Lillard gets traded to the Timberwolves, best player on my favorite team, yada yada, you're just ecstatic, and then the player's like, I'm not happy playing for you.
That's ridiculous.
No way, I ain't playing for you.
That's ridiculous. And when you were saying about we're cat for Dame, and all this talk about trading Cat, and it's kind of there's been a lot of speculation about that. We're talking about free agency. We've kind of talked about Naz Reid last podcast, and when you were saying how some players don't get drafted, he wasn't drafted.
No.
And he kind of had to work his way up through the system. He changed his body. He used to be bigger.
He was a big boy.
And then he said, I'm 6'9". I'm not going to dominate in the post if I'm even that big. I need to be faster at that height. He gets faster. He gets more trim. He can dribble the ball. He can shoot. Now we have him. Our coach, Finch, said, maybe I'll play all three, just to kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Can you imagine all three of them out there?
But it could happen. So
Ant, Jaden, Nas, Towns, and Rudy.